Was it truly blessed and the taste of it poison deeper than you know? Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring something to the world, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot searching for something.
Oh, yeah. Searching for something. I searched all week for Tuesday night. St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn. Thank you, fellas. I'll get back to you later. St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn. www.stricketts.com. It is the theme song to a 100% live Tuesday night episode of The Yo Show. You. Not shoes. Adam, nice and early. The female not shoes. Not shoe set. I'm Jeff the Shark Perini with you live on another Tuesday evening, The Yo Show. Just something that cheers me up, unlike much other. Get to sit here, talk to friends, fans, family, etc. I know I don't do it alone because I couldn't do it alone. I've tried. You've heard it. So with me, as always, is the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another mister. Happy belated Siblings Day to my sister from another mister. The face of webcasting, podcasting, broadcasting, looking amazing tonight in bright white colors, the one and only Miss Jewel Tatey. Jewel, good evening.
What a mouthful. Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Sometimes I'm very pumped. Sometimes I don't know how to shut up. I'm so pumped. Before we get to news, before we get to stories and things we got to say, let's get right to it because Jewel's that amped. Jewel's a big fan. I'm a big fan. I had the luxury of being on another program and interviewing this young lady. She's done some of the indie pod stuff, and she's just amazing. She is an actress, a producer. She is a host of some of her own programs. She's an artist. She is beautiful. She is super cool, and she is with us here tonight, the one and only Jess Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Love me some Jess Paul, Jewel Tatey.
I'm so excited.
So am I. This is a big doubleheader for us this week and next. This week, a superstar talent in Jess Paul. Next week, our most viewed guest to date. Who? You have to stick around and find out later. Not going to spoil it now. But
These are big shows.
these are some big shows just so we get geeked about the smiles on our faces. Hard to tear them away. Couple of things we absolutely have to do, and I didn't prep anybody for this. It's kind of going on the fly, but I should have, and I'm kind of embarrassed I didn't. But one of our true heart and soul people we could not do the program without is celebrating a birthday today. So a very happy birthday to Beatrice Kimmel from Impact Public Relations. And Beatrice, if you happen to catch it live, if you catch it on a replay, whatever, just know that the Yo Show, Jewel and myself absolutely love you. We adore your work. You bring us such great talented guest to our program, and when we come up on 200 episodes, Jewel, which is coming up in June, big 200, we're just going to run down the list of everybody who's brought us and who they have brought us, and there's rumors, Joel, it might be a 2-day event or a 3-day event because there's ideas for 200, bringing in some of the podcast people who have been with us from the get-go and maybe having them spice them up and work with us, and then bringing in some of the legends and some great guests. So 200 has some big plans, a lot going on. Joel and I are going to continue to brainstorm, but I'm just so psyched at the fact that we're getting that close. 182 episodes deep
Oh
are we
my.
tonight? It's incredible.
A lot.
And a lot of people say, did you think after your 5th episode you'd be here? I said no, because I watched myself and I'm like, man, I stink.
Absolutely not. I didn't think I was getting through the first, so.
I agree. Raymond Coleman, what's up, motherfuckers? A lot of stuff is up, Ray. It's a plethora of information and news. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back. Speaking of St. Ricketts,
Hey,
the awesome Tom
everyone's
Nustick
here.
on the house. Tom,
Hello.
welcome. And, when, man, he looks scary in that picture. Looks ready to knock somebody's head off. 182. We're getting there, dude. And when 200 comes around,
Guys better be there.
right, I want everybody to know, like, right off the bat, some of the legendary music. Of course, St. Ricketts has been a big part of us. Even I incorporated in the 2.0 segment, which we'll be bringing back probably later April, maybe early May. The 2.0 thing we do Wednesdays just to build more audience. And we want you guys a part of that. Is this an invite? It is an unofficial invite.
Oh, yeah.
But you will get the official invite. We would love to have the guys come on and talk and shoot the shit. One of the first ever sit with us in the studio. How we lucked out 180 some episodes ago, which Jewel said, look, there's a piece of music. What do you think? I'm like, it's phenomenal. It's perfect. So thank you guys. Bridget Marie in the house. She's at work. So hopefully I can jump on a few times tonight. Nice to see you back. Jewel, love you guys. We love you too. Bridget is fantastic. Just a terrific friend and a friend of the show, and we love it. We will do. We're going to keep killing them. We're ready for some new St. Ricketts music. I know you got some very close. We're pumped for that. If you people aren't fans yet, then obviously you've never
Get
watched the show before.
familiar.
Get familiar. Do I have to spell it out? I will spell it out. Give me it. It's up here somewhere.
I need your shirt. Oh, you're rocking bright.
There it's. Oh, tonight, yeah, it's Brittany. You got a lot of Brittany to do. www.sricketts.com. Of course, the theme song with Fire Cannot Burn. So check it out. James Cox in the house. James, good evening. A terrific podcast host in his own right. Great picture of Mr. Henry Rollins of Black Flag.
Ooh.
That's pretty awesome, dude. James is a big music guy, and of course, he does his own terrific podcast. And like I said, James, I was talking to Drew earlier, when we do the 200, I'm thinking maybe doing like a 3-day event with our show and some of the great guests, some music, and maybe a third night of some of the great podcast people that have been with us through the way. You, of course, James, and Tina and Maria. Just having it's a huge event, dude. It's like...
It's a major award.
It's a major award. We made it to 200.
Woo.
The big mouth, ugly guy, the beautiful co-host that puts up with all his garbage, and of course the few people who have stepped in when one of us couldn't be here or the days we missed, etc. So, like the Tiffany Moshers of the world, Angela Murray, we thank you, and heck, maybe we'll stick you in at 200. But we're here. We're doing it. We're kicking ass with it. I absolutely love it. The comments are getting caught. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Dude, I will keep you informed. It's either going to be that or there's talks of another marathon show. Me and Jewel will talk about hitting another 24-hour show. So you never know.
All the marathons and weekend events. Like, you're gonna let me know. You gonna plan this or?
Marathons, weekends, 200 show. We're already planning for the 300 show. We haven't gotten to 200 yet.
I would love to do this all like downtown at a music venue. That would be
I would love it.
just bring it all full circle for us.
We want to do the 200 live, maybe 250 when we get some finances in there, make things
250.
happen.
Here we come.
Couple of, one very sad piece of news. Of course, we wish happy birthday, Beatrice. That's a great piece of news. But of course, a very surprising rest in peace to comedian Gilbert Gottfried, 67 years old. Came out of nowhere today. I was sitting there minding my own business, scrolling through some things, getting ready for the show, and bam. And Joel, about you, one of my true favorites. I love Gilbert Gottfried. I thought his unusual, quirky delivery was hilarious. Great jokes. And, people rumored that he was one of the latest that they were trying to cancel for the things that he said and all that. But a great guy. Very sad. Rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, I didn't even hear about his cancellation, but I just remember, all the cartoons growing up. You can always tell it was Gilbert Gottfried by his voice. Obviously, Iago and Aladdin, and what was that like math show he was on? It was called like algebra. I don't know. Freaked me out. I don't like math, but you always could tell it was his voice. Yeah, it's really sad. Oh, look who's talking. Remember he was in the
Yeah.
all those '90s lovely classics.
Agreed. Super
All right,
extinct
Dave.
voice. Yeah, definitely. His family, his loved ones, a heartfelt rest in peace from our little Yo show. I know it's not the Hollywood version of a tribute, but nonetheless, us here at the Yo show, very sad goodbye to Gilbert Gottfried, 67 years old. Another one tragic over the weekend. That's just 24 years old. Former NFL quarterback Dwayne Haskins walking down a freeway, Jewel, in Florida and hit by a dump truck. Insane. 24 years old, got a break in the NFL and was currently picked up at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are getting ready for training camp. Haskins might have been a backup, but still just, a big time talent, a sad, sad story. Are you familiar with this story at all? I mean, this one's mind blowing.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I just walking down a freeway. I did that once because I didn't know it was a freeway, and it was pretty sketchy. It was in Atlantic City, and to get from the one hotel to the other hotel, you had to like walk across this highway thing.
Yeah,
And,
man.
no, you can't do that, especially at night. But I don't know the full story, so. Sorry.
There's rumors that he was out there because he had nowhere else to go. It was very confusing, very strange. I'm sure more will come out of it, and we'll get to that.
Where to go? Like you can call a car.
Right, and there was people saying, "Oh, he was in bad shape." There's all kind of rumors. I don't want to get into the rumors because whatever comes out of your mouth, you just never know. So we're gonna do top five, Jewel. Did you get the top five?
I know.
Okay.
Good one.
So thank you very much. First of all, as you know, I've got this shirt on for my baby, and she went and did it to me again. She cheated on me again and is pregnant. The rumor is that she is pregnant once again, Miss Britney Spears, another child. So in honor of one of our favorites, our top five tonight is top five Britney moments, Britney songs, Britney videos, Britney, etc. Anything Britney that you love. We're going to hit right here with the top five, starting with me at number 5 is the song Toxic. I love it. It's because she is toxic in her own sweet little way, and I love her, and I know she loves me, and she's doing this weird thing now, hiding out with another guy.
Jesus Christ.
You know? And she's out there somewhere with a Jeff shirt on. I guarantee it. Number 4, the whole Instagram fiasco, the naked pictures, the scandal pictures, her dancing around, and of course, leading to the freedom of her conservative holdings, which of course allows her to now be pregnant. That's the case. Bring back the conservative ship.
I don't mean to laugh.
I know. I get you. Number 3.
I'm laughing at your choice.
I know. Number 3, the song and the video for "Slave for You."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby. Holy baby. Like, that was like adult Britney. That was like, I'm not a kid anymore, Britney. Woo. Number 2, and I watched this performance a lot today because it's terrific. And it's Britney with Madonna and Christina Aguilera singing Like a Virgin at the MTV Music Awards. Of course, there's that little kiss thing. That's so low on the list. Anyway, Madonna kissed Britney and Christina. But a great performance. The three of them had like the Virgin-esque Madonna outfits on, and they sang a song, and then Missy Elliott came out. This is freaking awesome, man. Great stuff.
I don't think anyone remembers Missy Elliott coming out.
She did. She came out like right after. Really cool.
Oh.
And I tell you, I watched it 100 times, and I caught every little piece of it. Probably tell you what the guy in the third row was wearing.
Get your freak on.
Get your freak on.
Oh my God, I can't sing. Can't sing anything.
Number 1, of course, the classic. It's very simple. Hit Me One More Time, the song and the video that put her on the map, and just this beautiful young girl, and everybody was all struck about the video, and the song was great, and that was the beginning, Joel. That's my
That was
5.
the beginning. I feel like it's when everyone heard the Beatles. Like, we all know where we were when we first... The song was just fire. Come on. Bow, bow, bow. When that came on,
Oh, yeah.
and the dance, like, at me and all my friends knew every single Britney Spears dance. I don't care what, and that just kicked it off. I always loved Britney.
But
So
that's it. Like it's those famous beginnings or famous song beginnings. You're just like bum bum bum,
that
and I
hit,
don't. You
that
could be the straightest of
hit.
straight man, or the straightest of straight woman, or the gayest, etc. Whatever. You hear those notes hit, and you're like, yeah! I don't care
And
who
it's
you are, what
so
you're doing.
yeah, it's so funny you picked this because I didn't even hear the news that she was pregnant. I rarely go on like Instagram and look at shit. But Joey last night, she's like, I want to hear songs I never heard before. And she loves Britney Spears. She loves Toxic. My kid is gonna be 8 years old. Okay, she loves all of it. So I was like, all right. And I put on Oops because Oops is one of my favorite. But that's number two. So I'll start at number five.
All right, let's do that.
Stronger. When Stronger came out,
Oh,
I did a
nice.
little kind of Stronger tribute because she had like black glittery and the pink lip, and I loved her hair. Her hair was like very messy, wavy. I just wanted to look like her, so I learned all of the dances, but that chair dance, Stronger, was busted my
How
knees.
it didn't make my list, I don't know. But okay.
Number four, definitely Slave for You. I love the VMA performance too with the live snake, and
Oh yeah.
she just rocked that one. Go her. Number three, definitely Baby One More Time. Seeing that the first time was like, I just said that story. Number, Leon? Oh, I missed one.
All right, two.
Two, ah, when she performed with NSYNC at the VMAs, that was like her coming out and then joined with those guys, which I was such a Backstreet Boy girl, but like those two together, I was like, damn, Backstreet Boys, they don't have anything on this. It was just, 90s boy band pop star dream. And then number one, the MTV performance. They're all VMA performances because they're all great. I was gonna say the Super Bowl because that was pretty cool with Aerosmith, but the Oops when she came out and just like glitter and did
Mm,
Satisfaction. I watched that video just trying to learn the dance more times than I can count. So big ups to that one. Love you, Brittany. I hope she's okay. I hope this dude is good because she doesn't have her mom and her sister around. So
yeah. As long as it's not Federline.
you need your mom and your sister when you're having a baby. Just having that like women group around you. So I don't know. I'm feeling for her. I hope she's all
Same
good.
here.
Where's Felicia at?
I know,
Felicia was
right?
the girl. She needs
I
to come
agree.
back and help.
I love me some Britney. I do love some Britney. I know it sounds weird. And like a lot of my friends are like, dude, you're gonna wear that shirt in public, are you? No, I'm just gonna wear it for the hundreds, thousands, etc. to watch the show.
Yes.
So number five for me, of course, Toxic. It's an excellent song. I love this. Number four, the Instagram fiasco, the freedom from conservatorship and the holdings, etc. Number three, the Slave for You song and video. Number two, Britney performs Like a Virgin with Madonna and Christina Aguilera. Number one, of course, Hit Me Baby One More Time. Jewel, her list, number five, Stronger. Excellent. Number four, Slave for You. Again, Baby One More Time. And number three, the NSYNC VMAs performance, Britney and the Boys from NSYNC. And number one, the MTV performance of Oops, I Did It Again with that
Did it
glittery
again.
outfit.
Did it again.
I can't. I can't. I get frozen in my Britney tracks. She's fantastic. One thing we forgot to do, Jewel, that we always do, usually, when I don't forget, is jeez, thank our guest from last week. Big thank you to Miss Tanya Fritsch, who was with us last week, the author of Just the Tip, Ins and Outs of the Industry. And for all you perverts who thought of something else, it's about the music. It's about the bar, restaurant, bartending, service industry. She was excellent. Thank you, Tanya. And of course, go out and get the copy of that book right now on Amazon. Just a Tip by Tanya Fritsch. You're going to love it. We're about 10 minutes away from Jess Paul Jewel. I am 9 minutes away from peeing my pants out from excitement. I get that way. I get geeked. I get giddy. I get excited.
I'm very excited. Jess just has so much going on all at the same time. For so many years, there's just a ton. we're trying to gonna we're trying to gonna we're gonna try to fit in what we can, but just be exciting to be in her presence. And I think she's painting on the show tonight too, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, she's going to paint, as you know she does, and of course we're going to ask her when she comes on. She paints all these awesome like bakery products, like donuts and cakes, and she makes hats out of them sometimes. It's super cool. There's just so much to love about her. There's an energy around her. It's like always this positive energy, even in the messages we share, and like everything's just always great. And make sure we got the times nailed down and the day nailed down, and make sure we got the ads nailed down, and she's spreading it off to her people. So if you're here watching now and you're one of Jess's regulars, thank you. She'll be here shortly. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You're in for a treat tonight. And if you're new, where the fuck you been?
Well, you're here now. We appreciate you. Welcome.
Good. That was a good cop, bad cop, and a half right there. A few minutes to kill. Instead of hitting topics, Jewel, today outside, like we're turning the corner. It was so freaking nice out today.
It's been winter for like ever here. We're in the Northeast. We're in Philadelphia area, and it's just been freaking freezing. But today was beautiful. Of course, I had all the windows open. I tried to get outside to, the young one trying to have some activities, but it was so beautiful out. But the bees are out, and I don't appreciate that because I'm scared of bees.
Same. I'm not a big bee. Not scared of them,
Not to
but
kill them, but just I don't like you near me.
we get a beehive every year by our back door, and then the dogs run out, and the dogs start eyeballing them, and then they start eyeballing the dogs. No harm, no foul. And you mentioned about winter seem to be going around forever, and we don't do politics on the show ever, but a certain politician said, prepare for a long, dark winter of death. He wasn't lying. This winter seems to be taking forever.
Sheesh. I feel like the weather's all screwed up all over the place, though, because, I work with a team of people across the U.S., and, it's, snowing in the Midwest. It's very cold, and, I can't wait to ask Jess how it is out there in L.A.
Very
La La
bizarre.
Land.
La La Land. And she's one of us, originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
How about that? Super
Very
cool.
cool.
Next time she comes home, I will take the 4-hour trip to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I like when people, because I was watching an interview with her earlier, and she said she tried to, lose the Pittsburgh accent. I'm like, man, I could try, but, this ain't ever going away.
I'm right, exactly. I'm nailed with this. The Pittsburgh one is a little more of a twang. They must have kind of a southern twang to their accent, which is very unique.
They say words. I'm trying to give, I don't know. Well, they definitely say, pop when we say soda.
Yeah.
But they do say, I know what you're talking about, because I had some friends from Pittsburgh, and now I can't think of any.
Exactly. And, I used to have a boss from Pittsburgh, and he used to talk like this, and I'm like, where are you from? He's like, Pittsburgh. I'm like, not like that. Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh. This is the way we talk. I'm like, you sound like you're from Texas.
I think you just have the accent wrong. Someone thought I was Southern once. I'm like, Southern Philadelphia?
Oy vey. Well, let's test the accent on a true Pittsburghian. Is that even a word? It is tonight. Our guest is just super talented and just so much to go around, from movies that she has produced, starred in, shorts, award-winning, her YouTube shows, her artwork, and there's just so much to go around, and really you need 3 shows to fill it all in, but we'll do the best we can tonight in our little half-hour window. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we're all here, let's give it up for our guest, the lovely Miss Jess Paul. Ladies and gentlemen.
Man, what an entrance, guys. Thank you so much for that.
Dude, I feel like I shortchanged it. I feel like I didn't say enough.
You are so sweet, and it was a joy to watch the first half hour of the show. How you doing tonight, guys?
We're doing great. And see, that Pittsburghian came in a little, how you doing, guys? He's got a little
How
bit
you
of
do-
that Pittsburghian.
You know what? At least I didn't say yins. You know, that's where I draw the
Yins.
line.
Ah,
Sorry.
okay.
Well, I was trying to think of like what other words. Do you have any other ones? I
Oh, for
can't
sure. We have an entire dictionary of Pittsburghese.
use guys.
We have,
I think that's
we have, yeah. Usually our stereotypical replacement for you is yins. We put it on all of our merch, and and I did it actually. It's interesting you say that, Joel, about your accent, because I didn't remember where you guys were from, and when you're talking, Joel, it reminds me of how, like, you can go back 10 years. I've been on YouTube 13 years, guys. 13
Wow.
years. Like
And you're
I
a
am a
superstar on
child of
YouTube.
my generation, for sure. And if you go back into, the depths of my very earliest YouTube days, my voice and accent sounds like yours. Because and it had to kind of take me really focusing on it, because you're right. I did do my best to try to I don't want to use the word conform, because that's a super neg term, but I did. I felt like I was able to kind of become one of the world, the country, just something that was neutral, but not. I mean, the thing is, this is the thing. I say that I try, but I literally went to an audition last week, did this whole dramatic audition. I was crying. I was shocked. I was taking on all kinds of characters, and I thought I was really into the character, right? And so it was a great audition. I got to play with the lines and the character, and I really liked the script. And as I was leaving, the director was walking me out just to like continue talking, and he goes, "Where's your accent from?" And I'm like, "Damn, you could hear an accent." Like, oh no, I was trying to get rid of that, but yeah.
Anywhere USA.
Yeah, well, that comes up when you're an actor, and they want you to fit a certain mold. My cousin's out in LA. She's from Philly, and it took her a long time to just drop it, because it's just second nature for us. So
especially when I'm angry, or like really, like
hood
the
comes
rage, the just intimate, deep-seated rage, just like
right.
comes up through me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Heard it.
It's awesome. Before we get into too much, I of course want to wish you a happy belated birthday. And it was
Hey,
a few weeks back.
thanks! Oh, I
And happy
appreciate
birthday to you.
that.
And I seen you with the cupcakes and the how many candles can you get in there? Because as everybody knows, you got them on your head too.
True.
And the donuts, rather. I'm sorry, they were donuts. And you do such amazing art. So, what kind of fantastic birthday cake does somebody who's into designing art of pastry have for themselves?
Oh my God, what a great question!
Thank you.
Wait a minute. What did I do? I'm like forgetting. Did I get a cake for myself? What did I do?
Oh,
Okay. Oh yes, I remember.
Wow,
I do. I
Pete.
remember now. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. I mean, let's show the star of the evening. This is one of mine.
Oh, that is
Okay.
beautiful. It looks
Yeah.
delicious.
that's gorgeous.
It's not even done. Like really, the pièce de résistance is the goo, the cherry goo that ends up going inside here. So it looks a little dry right now, but it's going to have a fluid. Well, it won't be fluid. It looks like it might be fluid.
A fluid look, if
Yeah,
you will.
like
I
cherry
gotcha.
cherry sauce, cherry goop, and I'll be painting a bunch of these, finishing them off, and we'll show you some more later, I guess. Let's leave something for them to look forward to.
Exactly. Let me
and,
put all the
yeah.
links down there and scroll it down so everyone knows where to find you.
So, okay, birthday cake. Okay, I remember. I'm like, what did I do? It was only like 3 weeks ago. Okay, I had a great birthday weekend, you guys. Like, honestly, this was it for me. I don't think I had a particularly interesting birthday last year. I think it really was in the depths of COVID, and I just kind of chilled around my house. But this year I really went all out. Okay. It's like I'm playing like it's the end of the pandemic. I know that's not true. I know that anything could happen, but I firstly had all of my girlfriends over for a clothing swap. I don't know if you've ever been to one of these.
Wow.
But it's like it's like my favorite activity. I no matter how much of a celeb I ever might become, I will always be a cheapskate. I will always take something for free. And so all of these girls, they just came into my living room. I was hosting it. I got to do the charcuterie board and everything. And I had all these girls at my house, and we just all laid out just I don't know where all these girls get all these clothes from. I have like a couple pieces, and they're like entire racks of closets. Some of them are this is really cool. Some of them are costume designers, so we get a lot of kind of the leftovers they don't want to store
nice.
anymore. I've gotten some pretty cool pieces. Maybe if the show gets boring, do a little fashion show. Okay,
Even if it gets exciting, we could pop that in. I mean, we're just always
there's
about
one in
it.
the distance. I got literally like, it's not very comfortable, but it's like supposed to look like a Chinese kimono. And I remember or even, I don't know, something like that. And the artist was like, this doesn't look eccentric enough. So then she added just ruffles of red around like the wrists and the ankles. It was beautiful. But yeah,
costume designers. I mean, Halloween.
Could you imagine? I would just get a piece like that for nothing, just because I just brought my own cheap, stupid clothes to the party. And then so for them, it was pie. It was my birthday is on Pie Day.
Ah, about that, right? Okay, right.
3/14, and so I decided that it would be funny and cute to make an apple pie. Okay, I mean I bought a frozen pie and then I put it in the oven. I made an apple pie, and as
that's making it.
Yeah. And as everybody was cleaning up their clothes, we're having like apple pie and ice cream. So that was my birthday cake. To be honest, like I know it might be cheating because it's pie, but like controversial opinion, I love pie way more than cake. Like I feel like it's like a twofer. Like you get this one layer of just gooey, sugary, fruity, like lovely stuff, corn syrup, whatever, and then you get the cake too in the crust, just a little flakier, a little Frencher, and I don't know. That's my opinion of the night. Hopefully it's not the most interesting one.
It's a beautiful one though. I like that because I can go either way. I like a pie. I like a cake.
I was gonna ask you, what do you guys think? Are you pie fans? You cake fans? What?
I can really do either or. There's nights that a good piece of pie, especially like an apple, put in a microwave for like 15, 20 seconds, get a little heat to it. Oh yeah.
Another controversial opinion. I thought that of course microwave.
Another choice of pie over cake. So it's getting there.
Well, listen, like I always thought that of course warmed up apple pie like in the microwave is the best thing. But have you ever had it in the fridge for like a day? Like, it's like kind of crystalline, so it's like you've got that sugar to the max. I'm not a huge sugar fiend, but like something about apple pie from the fridge after like the day after the holiday. Oh my god, it's the best.
Yeah, I had some pumpkin pie earlier, and it was like a couple days old, but it would taste better.
Share, girl.
It was just better that way. I feel. I'm not big on.
Listen, I'll take it anyway. I will take it anyway.
I'm just picturing your kitchen and your friends going around like, all right, is this real food or is this?
That's the fun of it. Everybody comes over to my house. I really haven't had a whole lot within the pandemic, but like I like to be the house that just has parties for no reason. And I mean like very responsible adult parties. Like we're going to like sip a spritzer and talk all night. I don't even know how to turn on my television, okay? So it's going to be really chill.
That's my kind of party. I want to be in
Is it? Listen, like I want to do it forever. I want to be that person. I think I was talking to a friend at a wedding and he sparked this idea in my head because listen, I have too many things that I want to do that I cannot fit them into like 3 lifetimes. But I was talking to my friend at a wedding and I've decided that like I've come to the conclusion at like 30, 32, probably earlier than that, but I mean that's where I am now, that I don't want to have kids or a family. Like I always thought that had to absolutely be it, because I think you two have families, right? Is that true?
I'm married, no kids, but Joe has a daughter.
Okay, right. I don't know.
We put it all together in one household.
Yeah, like I feel like there are definitely enough kids in the world. I do not need to birth one into it. Like it does not need more of me. Like it can stop there, but then also, I don't know. Yeah, like there's so many arts that I want to explore, and I think, you know what, though, I just realized this. I was watching a YouTube video and I realized that it's like kind of an actual like movie thematic that I never like recognized in a lot of the movies I love. It's this protagonist that has this paranoia about turning 30 and like what it brings to them and what, what because that's where I was for somewhat recently. Like when I moved to Los Angeles, I was coming out here like 29 years old. It's like, girl, you're a little late to the party. But I had to try it. I had to try it once in my lifetime, and I mean, it's been going cool so far. But also like what came with it, what rode along with me on the road trip across the country, from Pittsburgh to LA. I realized that I was just so anxious all the time that I developed myself a little sleeping disorder. Like it was just like the pressure that I was putting on myself, literally no one else. I was putting it on myself that I wanted to be this personality. I wanted to have this career. It was real. It was heavy. And I just realized that I wasn't the only one. Like recently, it was pretty nice because it was literally a trope in movies that, again, I never really contextualize some of these characters as such. But yeah.
It's really interesting. Do you think that's an East Coast mentality? Because I know going from the East Coast to West Coast, it's just a huge, like you just can breathe out there a little bit, I feel. And here it's so fast paced. And I mean,
Wow, I wonder, I don't know if I ever thought, I mean, I guess I thought of it. I definitely understand and have heard of like the East Coast versus West Coast mentality about how like people on the East Coast will hustle like twice as fast, twice as hard, just because it's the pace at which we've always moved in
Right.
everything, even like running out of the cold, like we
Right.
feel it, we felt it all our lives. But I never contextualized it in the way that it might be why I was like actually anxious. I never thought about if like people that maybe moved down from the Southwest or this, or like even the Northwest, like if they would be different.
Thank
I
you,
know some
Andrew.
people from there. Hey, thanks, Andrew.
Andrew
I'll
is
talk about it.
terrific performer himself. Andrew, of course, he's a stuntman in the new Morbius picture. with
Wow,
Jared Leto.
cool.
Great stuff.
Oh man,
Right?
That is some resume.
We got some celebrity power here on this
That's
program.
right.
Right? So let's talk a little bit about a project of yours that did great. And make sure I say this right. I tried pronouncing it the last couple of days. Galatea?
Oh, you're real close. In
Am
fact,
I close?
I don't even know we're pronouncing it right, to be quite honest. It's we pronounce it Galatea, and that's what we think,
Galatea.
maybe.
I asked Siri how to say it. I've been looking it up. I've had people read it out to me, so I tried to get as close as possible. But wow, just amazing. Winner of Best Screenplay, Best Director. You were named Actress of the Year by the Awesome Revolution
It
Film
was a surprise
Festival.
to us too. Like it
Wow.
was. I mean, we were hoping, like we were the world premiere. Like that was our world premiere at that festival. So it meant a lot to us, and we couldn't have picked a better one. Like it's our favorite. It was our first pick of festival, because when you're releasing something, I wouldn't say more expensive because we like literally spent nothing on it, but like, but something that is like a full feature, like that's more than, kind of a weekend short. You really want to find a worthy premiere to push it as far as it could possibly go. And when it comes to some of the big festivals, the Sundances, the Tribecas, the Cannes, they need to be the world premiere. And now we knew that was like there was like so much inside baseball when it comes to those the festivals. But the one that we have always really connected to was Awesome Revolution Film Festival. And they call themselves the Blue Collar Film Festival of the United States, of the US. And or like the top blue collar. To be honest, like they have been, if not number one, in like the top 100 of best rated by festival goer, rated on filmfreeway.com.
Wow.
Because it's just such a fun and welcoming festival to go to. I'll brag about them all day long. And so we got it. Like we were so happy to hear that we got in, and then to win those on top of it, like, because I have been looking forward to this festival for 2 years now because of, I'm not going to complain. Everybody has been postponed. Everybody missed out on things that were right in their grasp. We all did. But I had been looking forward to the festival for 2 years, and we didn't know, we knew we were in the festival, but they didn't release any nominations until I don't know, a month or less leading
Wow.
up to the festival. So to have that on top of just at the very basis getting to show our movie after 4 years of production, volunteer time, just amazing uh, cooperation and collaboration, and finally we get to just celebrate it.
And win some of the big awards. Like those are the big awards. Like it's
Oh my
just,
god, I know.
I mean, and you like actress
Tell
of the
me
year, like
about
that's
it.
huge. That's so amazing.
Because I knew I was nominated for it, and so there was the possibility that I would go up, and I imagined myself like if I was going to be stepping on that stage, I imagined myself way cooler than hyperventilating into the microphone for 2 minutes. Like
That would be yeah.
you can see the video to this day. They posted it in public, and actually they posted the entire award ceremony to the public. They were live streaming it. So imagine sitting through like a 2.5 hour award ceremony, like or maybe it was like just 2 hours, but still that's a lot. And in order to get the screen cap, well, technically I could have just actually screen captured the video online, but to get the clip of just my speech, my dad, oh bless him, he's so cute. I seriously, I love him so much. He took his phone and he was capturing the computer so
Oh my
that I
God,
could
the
have the
whole
clip.
time. Wow.
Love it.
That's
Like I could go get a clean screen capture, but no, that's the one I put up. It was great. I love him so much. I love my parents. Like actually,
That's awesome.
I was just watching an interview. It was Gary Vee and Spike Lee. Oh my God, I didn't know their names rhyme so much till this moment right now. And Gary Vee, you guys familiar? Entrepreneur.
Yes.
To the everyman. I don't, to be honest, I don't watch him all the time, but I decided to click on this one. I'm not even like a gigantic, Spike Lee fan. I don't watch a whole lot of movies as an actor. I just watch a whole lot. But they were talking, and he and Spike Lee, they were talking about something that really resonated with me. It really validated me. What were we just talking about? Because I can't remember what that at that point actually was supposed to be.
We're talking about the award ceremony. You're talking about your parents.
Oh yeah,
the
my
screen. Okay.
parents. Maybe it wasn't this interview. No, I don't know who to attribute this to.
I could totally come to your house and do this all night long. You said that's like a mild party. I could sit there and listen to you tell these stories all night long.
Even with their sidetracks, great. So
Yeah,
so
of course.
there was somebody who I recently was listening to, and they said, if there is one easy thing a parent can do, to support their kids, it's just to literally support their kids. Like I know it's hard.
I saw that.
Who was?
I
saying that
forget.
recently?
I remember seeing that also because it was that basic, and you're like, wow, that's pretty darn simple. But it just happened.
Well, the thing is, it's easier said than done, isn't it? Like
Sure.
you want to say that you want to watch your kid go and I'm not even a parent, we just talked about this, guys.
Right.
Like you watch your kid go through trials and get hurt or get poor or get hungry, and yet, like, if you guys are able to communicate enough to know that your kid is happy in even the hustle that they're doing, then just get behind them. I mean, I tell this story all the time, but I went to art school, guys. No, I went to art school. Okay. I got a degree in art, and so I got it. I guess I finished it in 4 years, but I came home and I was still living with my parents because I knew I just when I got out of college, I had really just realized and had been working on the idea that I was going to try to do acting. And I come home and I go, hey guys, I got my diploma and everything. You watched me graduate and everything at art school. Now I think I want to be an actor. Like, what do you think? But again, like I will praise them in every interview I can that because I like logically, like thinking about a child that you might be raising, that like the statistics of them like making it or making any kind of life that might make them happy, technically, statistically, they're low. you know, or at least like making it to the degree that you know, think you know what success is, like an A-lister, like that's all you've ever seen, that's all you can imagine. But like even so far, I've been doing this for, oh my gosh, almost 10 years now as an actor, as a film actor. And I, even if I wasn't even doing as good as I am now and still like slumming it in my parents' house, but I got these really good roles. Because technically, Galatee was in Pittsburgh, like, and so many, basically every single one of my biggest successes, except for like, I don't know, I'm now a spokesperson for a car insurance app.
I saw
But besides that,
Yeah.
besides that,
Jerry app, correct?
Jerry, that's right.
Jerry, yeah.
But so that's fun and everything. But besides that, like all of my greatest feats were like volunteer work, volunteer acting, because I was still kind of like figuring it out and everything and building up my resume back in Pittsburgh. And some people were doing great things, some people not so much. But you know, like you learned how it all worked. You you were experimenting, you were, you know, just finding even what you wanted to be as an actor. And that's what I was talking about. Like some people, if they don't know the industry too well from the inside, or at least like if they, I don't know, haven't watched a couple interviews by some important filmmakers, like you think that like the absolute pinnacle of success would be like you're a household name. But I have to say that being an actor now for 10 years, and you know, like the thing that I'm recognized most for is my YouTube show I had when I was a teenager.
Yes.
Like I still can say without like raking in the big bucks, like I am happy, and I I would honestly do this forever if it could sustain me, or if I could sustain myself some way else, because it's a dream. It's a dream. And when you
I
find
understand.
something that you just love, like you don't let it go.
And I know from you and I did an interview in the past on another show, kind of like this. That's where we first met. And then I talked to Jewel about it, told her how great it was, how great you are. And Jewel said, I love Jess. I'm like, oh, you know Jess? Because of course I know Jess. Like you watch YouTube, you watch any kind of social media, everybody knows Jess. So I said, well, let's one day get her on here. And obviously we ran into things
Joel,
and COVID
like
and
someone
the
who
whole
would,
nine
who
yards.
would watch Rec Radio.
I have actually watched some of the past of it. Like I
that
watched
right?
your, yeah. So I, and we're just, and Jewel is so up on everything that's now with social media and stuff like that.
She just said in the first half hour that she's not looking at Instagram.
Well,
No,
that's
I don't.
unusual. But she's a YouTube junkie.
But you were doing
I'm a
before it
YouTube
was-
junkie. No,
Yeah,
I am
you were
too,
doing
girl.
it before it was cool, and you had Wrecked Radio, which I think is phenomenal because, in my own
Thanks,
weird
girl.
way, that's what I try to do with the show. Like the reason I got into this show is we wanted to find local artists, local bands who aren't signed, and give them another platform to be heard. That has been my dream since like college, and then I met Jeff, and we did this, and I just love finding great bands and great artists. It's just it for me. So Rec Radio was awesome.
Hey,
I
thanks,
loved it.
girl.
I loved how you
I
like went
appreciate
back too. Yeah, and after it was like pretty recently, and you went back and just like reflected on it, and it's just cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
Well,
you did that.
honestly,
You did
go ahead.
that Battle of the Band piece, which was great. Tell us about that, because that was so freaking cool, especially to stream
you know what?
that.
I did not think that I would love that as much as I did until it was done, and I was like, dang, this is a fun piece of interactive. Like the thing about YouTube, as I know you guys understand, versus any other kind of video medium, is how interactive it is. Like I do film, and I do that, and I do YouTube, and it is a collaborative process between you and the audience in a really real way, at least for me, especially when I started doing the live streams. And so when it came to doing that Battle of the Bands and reaching out to people, most of them ended up being from Pittsburgh, and I didn't mean to do that, but like, well, I mean, I literally, for this year, it being its inaugural year, I didn't have to choose. I put everybody up that submitted.
Yeah, well,
because I
alright.
could only get it out so far, I guess, in a week or two. But it ended up having like a beautiful narrative of all of these, and oh my gosh, like such varying artists. Like you guys can go watch it. I know you can't vote anymore because It's done. Well, I've crowned the winner, but like I want to do that like 4 times a year. I can't. I really want to make it a thing. Like if I'm able to up the because I paid the winner $200 out of my own pocket as an incentive, and if I could like get that amount really up and basically get to hold my own battle of the bands every year with that exposes new music. The only thing that would really change in the next coming years is if it would become more popular. I'd have to like start picking, or else it would be like a 5-hour show or something, like I mean, I'm sure, I mean, I can't be the first one that's done a battle of the bands on the internet. So I mean, or a battle of bands in general. I mean, you have to have some discretion there. No one's going to be in the old Elks Lounge for like till the morning.
I'm going to fully 100% pimp us out to Jess Paul Enterprises and tell you that we will help you discover and pick bands, and heck, even send you $50 a piece towards the prize money and just make this thing huge.
Why didn't I ask you guys, man? That would have been great. Yeah.
You know how to find us, man. We're in it.
I know. I didn't think about it.
If you heard our opening theme, that's a local band we found, St. Ricketts, and they've
local to where you were, or local in general.
Look
at us.
Yes, yeah. But they've been great.
That's cute. That's cool.
No, it's just a great concept. It's so hard because now with all the regulations, it's hard to play songs, and some people, it's just anything gets censored, especially on Facebook. So
we've been there. We've been shut off mid show. We got
Facebook is a real stickler for those kinds of things.
Yeah,
weirdly.
we got a copyright infringement. We had a violin player on, and she showed us her practice, and she played a little tiny snippet of Hotel California, 10 seconds worth. Facebook shut us off, and everybody's like, all our regular watchers like, dude, you're off. And everybody jumped over to YouTube, and I'm like, wow, 10 seconds of a violin rendition.
Oh my God.
Yeah. A live stream. But you talk a lot about editing. How do you feel about edited YouTube videos versus live stream? Which do you prefer?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's another great question. I definitely have an answer for that. So basically, I've had my most recent YouTube show. This is Jess Paul. There she is, shining star. I just literally pulled that off of my wheel, my game show wheel. And I started This is Jess Paul up in 2019, right before 2000, very end of 2018, right before I moved here. And then I had it like, it's kind of on I mean, it never goes away. I'm going to probably be YouTubing until I die. But right now it's on a little bit of a break because literally, just can't fit it into the week when it comes to all of the things that I'm responsible for. I don't even have a kids or a family, guys, and it still feels overwhelming.
That's one of the questions. Like, I don't know how you fit it all in because it's just going through and knowing you were coming on. I told Drew, I said, we're going to miss half the stuff because there is so much. How do you fit it in, and how do you arrange it, and what kind of, you got to have a team of people. You have to.
Man, that's my next stage. Like, that's when it's really going to work out, but I'll show you, right? Oh, okay. Oh no, I can't pull this out. It's connected to all the lights, but I have a whiteboard. Like, otherwise I wouldn't have a brain.
I smartphone a lot of it. A lot of my notes go right to the phone because.
Well, I need it in front of me. Like, even when I'm doing some kind of other work here at the computer, I have it right beside my head what I have to do immediately next, or at least before I end the day. Otherwise, it's not happening. But the thing is, at this point, like I said, I have too many things I want to do. So I end up having to triage a lot of my interests, and it ends up that, as unfortunate it is, the thing that makes me the less money has to be at the bottom of the chopping block, which is YouTube. So I'm very lucky that like the acting career is actually like not going to pay like every rent for the rest of my life, but like the acting is becoming more substantial, and also this store is going so good. When I moved here and I had started my my new life, everything, you know, I was going to be an entertainer and like get back into the YouTube swing of things, because why not? It's a free platform and resource for myself that I'm not utilizing right now. Because I mean, the reason that Rec Radio ended was just because it was getting really repetitive for me and doing the same thing over and over again for 5 years, and so I was just like, I gotta do more than this. I'm a spirit on the wind. Like I can't just do this forever. So you know, a couple years later is when this Just Paul sprung back up. But yeah, as things are kind of like getting in front of it, like again, like these adorable fake foods that I have like
them.
six custom orders on back order that I haven't even started yet because I haven't had
Wow.
the time. And then just sell like the stuff off my bakery shelves, you know, which is
the fakery, as you call it, which is the most clever thing I've ever heard.
That's right. I love me some puns.
That's actually excellent, and I marvel at how you're just so creative and in touch with it. You have talked through it and have designed at the same time. That last thing, was that a grilled cheese you made a minute ago?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I gotta see that. I'm watching you line that cheese. I'm like, it looks delicious. Like, look at that thing.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cute.
this is
That
the one.
is-
See, I have to cover some of its little orangey parts here because I put the wrong cheese on. I don't know, or maybe it's good. Maybe we had cheddar and American mixed in there, huh?
I'm hungry. It looks really good.
This was cast from a real piece of bread, a real piece of toast.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Is
love
there
it.
any avenue that you haven't explored, because we know that you've done so much, that maybe is in the back of your mind, not even like a thing, and you're like, "Oh, one day maybe I'll get there."
I
and
have these
do that."
secret little like alternative futures, or like, you know, what if I branched off in a different way, like at some point in my life, like trying to see how my life might be different. Like, I feel like if I get really old and I get so sick of being like around people, like I might become a cross-country truck driver, but I learned that those jobs are like becoming extinct because Elon's got the self-driving trucks. So
Yeah.
so I've thought of that. I thought of actually like maybe eventually being a restaurant owner that sold like actual food and fake food. Like you'll split the place in half. I don't know
like
who's
that.
buying the fake food. I mean I have it, so I might as well put it out. And but I've also, let's see, like one day too. I mean, this is definitely not a hidden, but like doing Rec Radio, love music so much, and I'm such a fan, and I can also like articulate on music pretty well, at least when it comes to the terms that I know and make up, you know, and how I feel about something and what I know about the very basics of rock and roll history that I do. But I don't know how to play any instruments or even sing properly. So
Same.
one day I will figure that one out. But for now, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan on the sidelines. That's okay.
That's all right. We'll get you there because I know you've got it.
Yeah, we used to have a "What's on my playlist" segment. So
Yeah.
could you
Ooh.
hit us with like 2 or 3? Is that okay?
Sure. Let's actually look at the playlist. Let's see the last few things that I listened to, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm always
really
curious.
recent, real current with it, okay?
I'm going to Alt J
Okay.
tomorrow. I'm so excited. Alt J and Portugal the Man.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Portugal the Man. Oh my God. Wait, what's the first band you're going to?
Alt J.
Alt J. Alt J. Oh my God. I would love to go to Alt J. Oh, Alt J is so different.
Aren't they
If they're
cool? I love
Oh
them.
my God, they're so cool. Jeff,
They're
are you
great
with
vibes.
Alt J? Are you in the know?
I'm okay. I know of Alt J mostly from getting it from Joy. So Joel really broadens the horizon.
Oh,
But yeah,
oh.
I enjoy it.
Freeze Blocks, one of my
Yeah.
favorite songs of all time. And have you ever
saw
seen the
them.
video to it?
Oh yeah. And
It's so
No.
neat. I've watched it so many times.
I saw them live before, and they're just
Oh, I'm so
ridiculous live. But yes, very cool. That was my birthday present this year, so very excited.
You know who I saw? Okay, so for my birthday, we didn't even finish my birthday weekend. For my birthday, my present to myself. My birthday was on a Monday. On that Sunday, right before, K Flay was coming into town.
Oh, Betty Hannah.
They were going to. She's going to the Fonda, and which is a nice big standing room, old kind of churchy place. I don't know what it was at one point. I didn't do my research before I went there apparently. But I wonder how I see the songs I've just listened to. But so yeah, I wanted to just go myself. Like I didn't ask anybody else to come because I didn't want to babysit anyone. Like I just wanted to go and dance my ass off and be responsible for nobody but myself. And
Wow.
I did. Me and Kay, just banging it out.
That's
And
amazing.
also, I just got invited to go see Gang of Youths.
Not familiar.
They're little. They have they're a bit like pop folky. Like they're in the same vein of like Mumford and Sons.
Okay.
Kings of Leon, kind of.
cool.
Yeah. So maybe that's a rec for you guys. Let me
Yeah.
just.
This is where you get your music inside info from.
Right? I'm so excited.
Yeah, and right now I'm actually listening to music as I talk to you guys because I want to be stimulated in every single way I can.
How do you
And,
also get away with that? Because you play a lot of like background tracks doing your painting and stuff. Do you find like YouTube appropriate songs?
I have a collection, Jewel. It is so old. It is so. I mean, I can give it to you. But I found all the rock songs. I found all the rock songs. I found all the lo-fi. And I picked and choose, and I've also like labeled them correctly and well, I'm not done. It's a very
Wow.
extensive list, but like, yeah, I'll put it on during the stream. I can't listen to my own music. Sometimes if I'm really not feeling it, because I'll listen back to my live stream and see that like I'm like, is that static in the background? Is it even playing? Like, what is going on? So there will be some times where I'm just like, listen to your own music. Watch me and just listen to your own music because I am right now on my headphones. But it's fun because I still get to interact with everybody. And honestly, the live streams, I mean, you guys have to be, used to it by now. 200 shows, man. Oh my God. Congratulations on that almost. Like,
Thank you very much.
That's amazing.
We have gone from audio to in studio to this setup come pandemic. And,
Wow.
a big thanks to some of the big people. Like we always give a shout out to like Jimmy Starr because he introduced us to this, and we watch people like you do it on YouTube and just kick ass. And we always said, what's out there? We may not be the big time celebrity, but it's out there, and presenting it this way is beautiful. It's just a great thing. We have people like you to thank it for pioneering it and spearheading it. And
aw, thanks, guys. That is way too much credit, but I'll take it.
nah, we are huge fans. We truly are. So a lot of your websites and social media is always, this is Jess Paul.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, outside of all the artwork and the movies, etc., who is Jess Paul? Deep inside, like who is Jess Paul? From a basic standpoint, we know all the artwork. It is phenomenal. You're terrific at everything you do, but a basic, a Sunday morning where the whole world's not going to be watching you, and you roll down the steps in your slippers. What's Jess Paul all about?
I do feel like a perpetual child. Like
Same.
for real.
I like that.
I mean, that's the thing is, this might sound like a cop out, but I swear it's not. The YouTube specifically is me on tape. It's like, of course, I'm not talking to a physical one other person or sitting there silently by myself because I have to speak to a camera. So obviously, there's a little, it's a little different. But really, like, I would assume that my friends would say that I'm pretty similar. Besides just making sure that I fill in all of the. No, I even try to fill in all of the dead space with my friends too, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'm here to enjoy this life. I mean, it gets hard sometimes, and sometimes it's very boring, or sometimes it is lonely. But honestly, like I know that YouTube is a very controversial company, because like they've just been up and down throughout the years with who are they loyal to, their creators or their advertisers, and are they really good for people, and do they set these expectations? Honestly, they don't. Like the expectation part, especially like you can really put a fake face out there on Instagram. With YouTube, especially if you're a YouTuber who does this all the time, if you miss a day, like you hate yourself for it and you tell everybody about it. And if you are, I mean, of course you can edit your show to be the version of that you want to put out there, obviously. But the people that are faking it don't really get very far, I feel.
Yeah.
Because we watch YouTube for I mean, I'll speak for myself. Hi, Tina Marie.
Tina, good evening. Thank you for popping in. Love her some
Thank you,
Tina here.
darling. But I have to say that that you know, I have people that have been literally watching me for the past 10 years. Like I don't know who they all are until they will say at some point in a comment, "Hey, been watching you since the Rec Radio days. Good to see you're like still kicking, still alive or whatever," you know, like but no, it means a lot. Like it's amazing that I get to kind of put myself out there. I honestly, like, this is a joke that they say on YouTube sometimes, but like YouTube is therapy. Like, it's obviously not going to replace, you know, a real professional talking to you, but I get to spill on my demons, and that feels really good. In fact, when I'm able to, this is like a promise that doesn't have any kind of date in sight, but like there are a lot of videos that I have been planning on doing, I've been working on for a long time. But it just has to come down to like I have to be able to do my YouTube show again. I have to have that time and that like a regular edited YouTube show. I think to answer the question you asked like 30 minutes ago, Jewel, YouTube as the unedited live stream version, totally different skill set. Who needs therapy when Jess makes cute fake food and awesome movies?
Right?
Honestly, it doesn't hurt when I'm surrounded by these adorable things that I'm constantly wearing and making. I gotta say.
We're
But
big
you
fans of
get to
that
be
as well.
unabashedly you, and that's why people like YouTube, because you get to see what you're all
Yeah.
about. And I don't know, that gives us the freedom too, as this show, to just speak who we want to and speak to who we want to, and have our bands on, and really love what we're doing. That's what sets us apart from like TV or those kind of posts. Like, we're actually fans of all of our guests, so I love that part of it.
That's so awesome. Yeah. And especially like as a live stream show, like yours, and then learning how to do that myself, like it's an entirely different skill set from doing the edited show.
Hear that? Skill set. From the
Yeah,
master.
no.
Skill set.
It is because you have to kind of have the goal of being entertaining or interesting the whole time without getting a chance to sit and do it over, or sit and take a break, or write it all out, because you're improvising as you go. I mean, it literally would be the difference between making a scripted film and improvising something, or even like crowd work, you know, with a comedian is probably similar in that way. But yeah, I can only do the live streams now because they technically take less time.
Yeah,
but in the same breath, like I really adore it for what it is, because I didn't really know who a lot of my viewers were. Again, those people who have been watching since Rec Radio, until they said so, until they said, hey, I you know, because not everybody comments on every single YouTube video, but a lot of them still watch. And so it put me in a whole different place with my channel, that you know, it's, you know, obviously I was getting comments all the time, but that's when it truly started to become like a collaborative effort of a channel, or like of a medium, is to do live streams and see the same people all the time. Like, I don't know. Tell me, guys, the people that comment on here, are they people you've met in real life, or are they people you've met exclusively? Like, what's the percentage that met exclusively through the internet?
Probably like 70, 30.
I'm going to say about 70% people we met through this, and like my brother's here. And
our bands are,
yeah, a couple of people from the bands, but most
Twitch
people are most people are Twitch people that have found us here, friends of friends, fellow podcasters like Tina and James. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Andrew was an actor that we had on our show before, and met him through Jimmy Star, and it all goes down. So really, this is a great way to make a community. And even tonight, like, I'm going to be honest, we do this, people watch and say, oh, guys, you guys do it so good. It always seems so fluid. They just go out and talk. somebody like you coming on, I'm nervous as shit all day long. Excuse my mouth. I'm nervous all day.
kidding me,
And
Jeff?
I kept texting Joel, I'm like, just Paul tonight. Like, just Paul.
What was I going to do to you, Jeff?
Nothing to do, but you
have
want to
fun
make
with us,
sure, like you said, great intro. We want to make sure we blow it up because you're worth that. And like all day long, we talk about it and just messaging you and picking your brain and getting inside what makes you tick. Like, it's like amazing to us. This is fantastic. We looked forward to this since we announced it a few weeks back, and it's been worth them saying, "Oh yeah, I'm geeked." Do you notice that? Like, my cheeks been red the entire
You guys are
time.
too sweet to me. That is just like the best thing I could have ever heard. Like, and honestly, that is what community is, because you guys are my peers in that, you know, we are all creators, DIYers, you know, figuring out how we want to make our own voice heard in this world, and everybody has the potential to do it. The internet is wide open. I mean, you know, people say it's a double-edged sword with the internet, that like it's completely democratic, but then if anybody can do it, everybody will try. And for all different kinds of reasons, people come out, you know, above others. But you have made your impact. You have found your followers, your fan base, your friends, whatever you want to call them, and you're out here in these streets, and you're finding your people too, which is what I've always wanted to do. You know, when I was younger, I always thought like, well, if I make a movie, I want to make sure it appeals to as many people as possible.
Sure.
That's what everybody wants to do. And of course, that means money too. Like, if everybody likes it and is talking about it and wants to go see it, then that's pretty lucrative for you. But at the same time, if there are people that don't necessarily jive with the way that I do things, or they don't find me funny, or they don't they're not interested in the same things I am, I kind of just say, like, why watch me? Like, why would you watch me? Like, I'm going to again, I do not have enough lifetimes to be able to do all the things I want to do. So I think that I'm going to focus on things that really make me think the most, that I focus on the most, and put my attention and my energy into the things I actually care about the most.
Wow.
Which looks like what you guys do too.
That's awesome. And it's funny on the list of, because we make like a question list to kind of follow off so we keep track. And at the end, I was going to say, you give us like some great insight for people out there who may want to try. That right there is perfect. Like,
I think that is pretty perfect.
It is. Like, you nailed it without me even asking it. And I'm going to say something here that I never said this to anybody before, and take it the right way, because it's meant nothing but the utmost respect. I have a creative crush on Jess Paul. Your creativity is just, it moves my heart watching you. It's so great. Like, I love everything you do, because nothing is half-assed. You're into everything.
Oh, no.
100%.
There are things that are half-assed. You just might
we
not
don't
see
know
them.
it, right?
Some half-done cupcakes around
Like,
here somewhere.
I try to cut as many corners as I can, guys. Remember, I am like trying to do it all.
It's got to be a cupcake with limited icing on there, or not enough chimneys or something.
I love that, but as long as you're doing something creative, because I'm big into art too, and I try to do that as much as possible while holding down, you know, a 9 to 5, and then doing the podcast on top of it. As long as
girl.
those creative juices flowing, I think we'll be okay. I'm not too stressed out.
I mean, I know it's hard that, like, when you make your hobby your business, things get a little bit confusing sometimes. But honestly, you know what I think you have to do for this kind of advice? Like, if you start hating what you do when you used to love it, like, if you're able to set your own rules, like, for example, this can get hella overwhelming. Everybody wants these. Like, I mean, all of my food in general. And, but I set very clear boundaries. And I guess it's easy on Etsy because people understand it's artists on the other end. Like, they're not, when they're producing something or even like duplicating something, even that is handmade and it takes time and everything. So people are usually pretty good at it. Like, all my customers are great about, like, yep, take your time. But at the same time, you know, I hold high standards for myself and everything. So, but one way to kind of, I don't know if it's avoiding burnout or making sure that you're continuing to be interested in all of this. is to just set your own rules. Like if I don't want to do a custom piece, then I'm gonna announce that I can't do custom pieces for the next couple weeks because I'm doing something else. Which I mean is what is great about YouTube, because even though I'm not doing it right now, if I ever wanted to kind of go at it again, it's kind of always right there. I can always pick it back up. And throughout the years of having somebody follow me from like all these different avenues, like these different people that are following me from different reasons, I do feel very much a child of the YouTube generation, because I can't foresee myself not documenting at least a majority of the portion of my life.
Right, sure.
No matter, because I know that it doesn't seem like anybody, like too many people in the world would be interested, but it's kind of part of my life's work. And if I would be able to, through talking about myself all the time, help somebody else with what they're going through. I know, like, tell me if you guys have felt this before when you're watching a YouTuber, like you're in a 3 a.m. rabbit hole of just like watching this new person or this new channel.
Oh, I've been there.
And you feel like you like found not like nothing like a soulmate, like a romantic kind of thing, but like literally another person in the world that is your like personality twin. And like you're like, I didn't know there were people out there that like acted like this. I thought I was very unique. And in a way, it's kind of like heartbreaking. You're like, oh, I'm not unique. And then another way, you're like, I feel validated. Like I feel normal. Because there's another human that exhibits these same traits or these ideas and this behavior. And and again, it's another dichotomous sword there of like, because I really value my individuality a lot on top of like a lot of pillars of society or social construct or whatever. But it is really cool when I found somebody on the internet that was going through the exact same things that I've been,
Yeah,
Right.
it's amazing. And like I said to you earlier today, I said, look, we do some base questions, but pretty much feel free to take over and do your thing. And you have so much to talk about, and you can come out. We do it live. This is it. Like, this is the way the show goes. This is the way it stays. And you've just been perfect. You've given us great information. And like I said, we could do this for days on end. But I did promise you a window, and I know you got a lot going on. I just want to let everybody know to follow Jess Paul, Instagram at This Is Jess Paul, Facebook at This Is Jess Paul, YouTube at This Is Jess Paul. Watch some of the great archive stuff. IMDb, the movie source, Jess Paul, the website, www.jesspaul.net. I could say that name a million times because I love it. And I'm so thrilled that you took the time to be with us tonight. You agreed to it. We would absolutely love to invite you back real soon. You say it, we do it.
Oh, awesome. I'd love to come back, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure. And of course, these projects, we're at your disposal. We would love to be your understudy, your flunkies, your Paulettes. I don't even know what to call us. Your let me see, your Dunkin' Donuts munchkins to your donut. Whatever. Like, let's get a name for it. Let's group ourselves as something because you're phenomenal.
What are your groupies called?
Yeah, what are your groupies called?
Oh, well, I used to call them
103.
the Wrecked Nation for Wrecked Radio, but I was literally lifting that off of like one of the most popular YouTubers. Like I wasn't even creative about it. I don't. Paulette is really funny. I think that's pretty cute.
I will make a shirt with your face on it and put Paulette right on top of it. I am just that into it. I'm just that big a fan, and they could talk about like making like the A-list and megastar or whatever. Hell, in my world, Jess Paul is a superstar.
What does Jake Paul call his little guys?
I forget.
I don't know.
I got off
Jake
that
Paulers?
quick.
Not a
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
need to lift it from him next.
fan. Yeah.
Paulers, ballers, whatever.
Next time I come on, I'm gonna think of a really great name for my followers, Jeff, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, it has to
Excellent.
incorporate everything.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Maybe I'll come up with a list of puns and you guys can vote on it, huh?
oh, I like it. And we can
All
have
the
the
fun.
audience get it too. I like it. I'm a big fan. See, your creativity is just it blows me away. We will let you go for now. I know you got so much going on. Obviously, I could keep you here all night. I could sit till 2 a.m. and just sit here and chat away. But I know you got a lot going
Honestly,
on.
I'm probably just gonna continue painting these pies. So
I know you did great on the show with it too. I'm like as seen on the Yo show. Look at that thing.
scrumptious,
As seen on the Yo show.
tasty.
And again, the links are down the bottom. Check her out. Follow her on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all the great stuff because it's totally worth it. Totally worth your while. I laughed so hard tonight. Like I got a little gut pain. I got pink cheeks from a little bit of blushing and a little bit of laughing. Great time. So Jess, we thank you so very much for coming on. And
Thank
like
you
I said,
guys.
use us. Hit us up. We're at your disposal. We are your children of creativity.
Thank you guys
That-
so
that
much for your
sucked.
time. I
Absolutely.
cannot. Children of creativity. We'll add it to the list, Jeff. All right, it'll be on the short list.
Yeah,
Kinda keep
I can
that
tell that
on
one. I can
track,
tell that one sucked. Yeah, but yeah, well. Jess, thank you. Have a great evening. We'll talk very soon.
Bye,
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Bye.
Have a good
Jess
night.
Paul, ladies and gentlemen, and Jewel, I got to tell you, she said, look, I got other things going, and I may have to get out of here in a certain amount of time. I'm like, okay, and here we are,
She's got orders to fulfill.
almost an hour later, and we're still talking away. I adore everything about her, her overall being, her nature, her attitude about it. So cool. It's professional without being like brah in your face, and even like some of the messages about how we do the show and what we do and how we advertise, etc. It's just it's professional with a great feel of, hey, this person is just genuinely interested about coming on here, interested about talking about herself, being a pro about it. Perfect. Give me it. Gush on Jess Paul for a few minutes while I catch my breath.
No, she's just the kind of person that inspires me because she literally can do it all. And you see her, she's working, she's multitasking as she's talking to us. Like, I try to do that throughout my day, and it just gives me a goal to look at someone who does that and can go through all these different avenues because, my day is not the same, and I try to be creative, and sometimes you get in such a slump, but like having that creativity and having just like doing my paintings, it gets me out of my head. It makes me feel so much better at the end of the day, and like creating something that people actually want it's just a different kind of gratification that you get. So I totally get her and her stance and who she is, and I just love it. And then the radio bit on top of it, like the rep radio and the bands, and that is unlike me because I cannot articulate how much I can gush over bands and who my favorites are. But we try to have great music be a huge part of this program. So
yeah, we definitely do have them, and that's. There's no joke. Like when she said about looking for more bands for the Battle of the Bands, and I'm thinking.
like
Right off the top of my head.
Rolodex.
Oh yeah, it's
for-
going
yeah.
like St. Ricketts, of course, and Dirty Soap, and Bong Hits for Jesus, and like there's like they're popping in my head, and then like Eden James, and just like people that can just go on and rock, and of course, oh Jesus, help me here, help me. The Philly band that we had on when our audio days. I love the song "Rape Meow." Hit
Molly
me.
Rhythm.
Molly Rhythm. Yeah, oh my God, for some reason, I'm naming Molly bands like that and get them on and do this competition. It's a tremendous idea. It's brilliant. It's just a brilliant idea, and
it's
she
an
has so
idea.
many of them. I love it. I thought it was great. And when I came across again, doing the research, and I'm like, well, what is this? I'm like, wow, I'm gonna battle with the bands, and just so much. She's too much.
I would feel like, I don't know. I wouldn't want the bands to watch, maybe. But I guess there has to be a winner.
There has to, and I guess they kind of
Everyone
have
gets
to
a
watch.
trophy. I don't know. Only one view gets the payout.
And again, Jess kind of touched on it, and I always touch on it, like my man Ralph Sutton said. Ralph Sutton has such great guests. He's got Peter Frampton coming on like next week. I'm so jealous.
Oh
But he says like, oh, he gets like his network, and I forget his show. I actually want to invite him on this show just to get some pointers because he's so cool. He said, if you're not going to listen to yourself, what makes you think other people are going to listen to you?
Yeah, you
And
keep saying that.
I know, and I'm always like, because it blows me away, and I'm like, wow. And Jess kind of said, Jess, like, who am I? Like, why would somebody watch me? But I watch me, and I'm like, okay, I guess there's that again.
I saw an interview with her too, and she says how she goes back and just like the early days and like corrected herself and I'm like, maybe you all have a point.
I know. I mean, we do.
Listening yourself.
I watch us, and I do and I but you know what? I'd rather than and no disrespect to anybody how to do it their way. I'd rather and than had that edit skip. I'm not a fan of the edit skip.
Sometimes it could be very clean and funny when you're doing it. Like it could add to your comedy if that's your shtick. A lot of times, and a lot of people who don't know how to do it, it's so choppy and like,
Yeah.
it's just not flowy. Like a lot. I mean, the times I do listen to us back, like I laugh because I think I know exactly what we're talking about because I'm in it, obviously, and
Right.
and I do chuckle, and I'm like, you know, I think we're entertaining when we try to be.
I think so. There's moments where like I'll hit you with something that will either disgust you or catch you off guard, and your eye roll and your little, your little mouth excerpt, and I'm just like, man, that is so funny, and I laugh at it, like not just like, like I laugh out loud, and the moments when you get passionate about a topic and start exploding, I'm just like cheering you on. I'm like, it's freaking great because you get up and your hands start going, and then you lean up in the chair like that. The liveness of it is absolutely beautiful. I got to check something real quick because I got caught in the middle of this. So we got a hi mommy, and then Robert caught me. So I think the two of them are either swapping each other's phones or typing stuff on each other's phones. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but
Whatever. Keep leaving comments on that.
right, I know. I kept looking like I got to get in the middle of what's going on
Like
there. I'm
and
totally
subscribe.
confused. Right, like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitch, of course. I was always told to mention the sites. Of course, you can find us on YouTube at The Yo Show, and Twitch, of course, is also The Yo Show. Like us, follow us, subscribe to us, pay us. Well, paying comes down the line. Anyway, but you get my gist. But again, got amped for it. Did a show before with Jess Paul. I'm like, you know what? I got to get Jess Paul. I'm going to have to and see if she'll come on our program. And she said way back when. And I still have the message saying, like, way back. She's like, sure, I would love to do your show sometime. And we get so locked in getting the Philly bands in. And we have great promoters who fill us with people. And next thing you know, months have gone by. I'm like, oh, my God, like I forgot. And I said to Jewel, I'm like, how about Jess Paul? And she's like, oh, my God, yeah. And that's what we got.
And I mean, I just. And every time we have someone on who's connected with indie pods, it just gets me amped because they're so creative. I don't understand how these people do it. Tina and Maria Daniels and Jess Paul, I'm just like in awe of all of these wonderful women, and I'm just gracious to be in your presence.
I agree. And I know, again, when words fail, music speaks. That's James Cox. And there's nights where, like, 2 o'clock in the morning, James will be like, what's up? I'm like, hey, man, what's up? Like, through Messenger. And we'll just start talking about bands and who we got and how we get and how can we get this next great show and who let us down. Like, there's names that we all go after that let you down. And it's great to have those people. It's not like, oh, my show's better than theirs. I'm not going to talk to that guy. Or I'm going to find out how he gets him so I can get him and screw everything else. It's genuine. Like I said, the Tinas, the Marias, me and Maria. And I feel bad, Maria, for out there or eventually watching. We have fallen off a little bit. We talk daily. Now we're a little off it. But when we do catch up again, and it's always like, we're going to do for you. How can I help you? Let's talk.
Seven kids. And
She
like, so many
does.
businesses and like
7 kids. She has 7 shows. All these.
God, it's insane. It's like talk about hours in a day. I'm just those are my
She's-
motivation. Like all of you people that can get it done.
Ivy,
And
good
that's
evening.
amazing.
Cooperation is an amazing thing. I agree. Ivy, I hope you're feeling better. Ivy, Jewel, a few weeks back had a little incident when we had that last snow ice day. So we definitely hope you're recovering from that. She's been a little bit laid up, but I do appreciate you watching the show. And I do agree. Cooperation is amazing when you get people on the same page that it's not a competition anymore. It becomes a community because it's something so broad. Like, I would like to tell everybody, hey, watch my show, screw everybody else's show. Number one, that's a horrible thing to say. Number two, it's true because we're that good. But number three, like, there's going to be moments where you will need somebody as a guest or get a link to somebody they know. And even like tonight with Jess, like she said, "Oh, I should hit you guys up for that music thing. Like you get more music acts. Hit us up, man. Let's do it."
Yes, let's collab.
Hanging in, loving the entertainment right now. Thank you. That's what we're here for. We try so very much. I know you're looking and you're saying, unfortunately, I can't black out Jeff's part of the screen because he's hideous and Jules so beautiful. I get it. Little Miss Joey in the house. Joey, good evening. The ad is a little late tonight, so hit us and tell people where to find us and what to do. Tell them, and the only way you can.
She just went to Rita's spring break, so she had to make a Rita stop.
Very nice.
And make sure you hit the smash like button in the face. Don't break your screen.
Which one is it? The notification bell or
Please,
thumbs up button? Gray to red to gray.
and make sure you subscribe. Make your make the subscribe button gray, like this water bottle.
Like this water bottle.
I think the water ice went to her head tonight. She's like a little bit on like a contact high from water ice.
And if you just want some merch, tag us.
Tag us. It's new. Thank you.
And
we have the world's absolutely most cutest spokesperson ever. And like she said, like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell. Follow us. Like us. Heart us. Whatever it takes. Be a part of this wonderful program. 9:30. We're doing great tonight.
Right?
We're doing great. Let's get a couple topics. Some topics that aren't as bad. I'm sure a lot of people saw this last night, and I'm going to touch up on it. And I know sometimes Jules like, your sports stories, but this one's got to be told. Philadelphia Phillies third baseman Alec Boehm. And last night, Boehm had 3 errors, which is crazy. And he was seen in between innings doing a little lip service to teammate Didi Gregorius, and he came right out and said, I fucking hate this place during the game. Right, more or less talking about Philadelphia. I fucking hate this place. And it was a tough night for him. Phillies end up... Right, we do. We love that. I mean, Ben Simmons, anybody? But he comes out, and you watch him mouth it, and you're just like, They attacked the kid, obviously, at his locker after the game. He said, look, it was a bad night. It's a tense night. I don't hate it here. He said, I hate that moment. I'm a goat. I'm the bad guy, and you people are going to let me hear it. And he's like, and I guess I should hear it. He's like, was I mad right then? Did I say I hate this effing place? Yes, I said it. I can't hide it. Do I feel bad about it? Yes. Do I mean it? No. Do I want to be here? Yes. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of lip service. I like Boehm. He's off to a very tough start. Jewel, as a person who doesn't watch sports as religiously as I do, how does this hit you?
I watch the Phillies probably more than anything.
Okay.
I
Did you
did
catch
watch last
this?
night.
Okay, so you
I
missed.
heard-
Okay.
It was like a comeback though, right? Like we won. And
Oh my God, what a game! A terrific game, but still.
bullshit though, because whatever. It's be happy to be here. And for you to say that publicly, I don't care if you aren't on a podium or anything, you're saying in our stadium,
Right.
the home game,
This city.
over.
Wall.
over. Don't you know what we do to people who aren't loyal? Like, get out of here.
What made up for it a little bit in the eyes of watching the game was he had during the big rally, he had a walk and he scored a run with a lot of hustle. Like he was really chugging, laying it all out there. And you know what? If you lay it all out there and you fail, we can see the hustle. This is a city that watches your hustle. If you're going to just badmouth it and then make errors and then not come up with key hits, key runs, key anything, we're going to let you have it even worse. It doesn't get better. And to say you fucking hate this place, guess what? We're not going to be like, oh, shh, he hates this place.
God,
We're going to make you hate it, then get the hell out.
That's what a child says. Like, oh, I hate it here. What? I played softball my whole life. When you have a bad play, you cannot think about it the next play. You have to
Right.
get right back into it, or guess what? You're going to mess up again. Because baseball is 90% mental. You cannot do that.
115, 108. You know, I don't know. I talk about gambling and the dangers of gambling, and this is one of the dangers. So actually, it's over. The Brooklyn Nets will advance. They won the playoff game against the Cavaliers, 115, 108. The line was eight. Was were they an 8-point favorite or 9-point favorite? Either way, they didn't cover. But so that's the final. But yeah, I mean, like, we ran Ben Simmons out of town because he wants to be a softie, and mentally I'm not there, and I don't like the way you talked about me after the playoffs.
And
Like,
how
get the hell out of
How
here.
much do we love Zach Ertz because he's just always forever loyal to us, and
No, you all like Zach Ertz because he's hot. I get it, and he's in Arizona now, so it doesn't matter.
that helps.
Yeah, it definitely helps. There was that picture. I wanted to put that picture on the show. Somebody put it on Facebook, and it's a meme that says the difference between right and wrong in a direct message. And it's this real studly looking guy that says, "You look sexy in that dress." And it says proper, and there's like this big, fat, sloppy looking, like disgusting creeper kind of guy. And the next, he's like, "You look sexy in that dress," or like inappropriate. Like, does the degree of hotness change the delivery in the message? Come on now.
No, there has to be a right way to deliver a message, I will say. You can't just come out and say something like that. I don't care who you are.
I don't want to give anything away, but as we talk about doing Yo 2.0, I actually have a small panel of females who I've seen who do like podcasts and radio and all that about the messages they receive from men. I'm like, "You want to do a group forum?" And they're like, "Yeah." So I have like 4 women who are ready to group forum the kind of crap they get in direct message
Why
as like
would
a
you
little.
ask me?
Oh, well, you're definitely invited on. I know your Wednesdays are tight. I would like to have you be part of that as well. We've talked about it. You have let me know. I've seen.
I'd let you answer.
Yeah, Joel actually let me answer a phone call one time too. I've seen the kind. Wow, like I don't get that. I don't. Wow, and I'm hot, and I can't do it to people.
No, it's wild out there. I
It
feel
is.
like there's certain times it happens too. Like it'll be like a little quiet, and then it'll just come out of nowhere. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, we're good. And there it is.
That's, I mean, not for nothing. That's why I don't,
I mean, to jump on your phone,
it
that
holds you back a lot from doing
Yeah.
things and posting things, and then you're
right.
like, what the hell? This is my life. I can post what I want, and it's like, man, you get a lot of creeper. So
I even got it from.
lingers, man. They're lingers.
I got it from Jess. Jess is like, use my business page. Don't use my personal page because
Yeah.
people will come at me.
It's
Well, I'm telling you, if you want to join the forum, we got like a rather large forum of women that want to come on, and we can fit up to 9 other people, including me. So we're going to share that magic one night. Holy Moses. Oh, my God. And, it's tough because you're being, now correct me, and this is going to sound asshole-ish, but it's not meant to. You're being punished for being attractive. Right? More or less?
I don't even think that's the thing. I think it's I don't know. I see it on so many female accounts. I'm just like,
A lot. Like some.
and then guys get a different kind of harassment on there too. Like you've shared some of the things you get too, just like spam and
Yeah.
text and everything. It's just I don't know where people have the time to mess with other people. Maybe channel that, be creative,
Right.
like Jess Paul says, and do something with
Yeah.
your life that makes you happy instead of like trying to be a creep on someone else.
I
You
mean-
can be a fan. You can absolutely support people and whatever, but like to creep hardcore and to like be that certain level of I don't know, gives me the
I don't get booby pics.
Oh no.
Hint. But yeah, like the ones like these podcast promotion pages. And here's the shame of it, dude. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I love this community. I love this podcast page, and we get to talk and share ideas." And then you get submitted, it says, "Share your link," and you share it. Next thing you know, "Hi, how would you like me to get you 100 million follows?" Like, no, I don't want your artificial crap. I want real people to watch. I want your artificial nonsense. I'm not giving you my bank account number so you can rob my bank by telling me you're doing it so you can just get paid for your work. No, like, some people do fall for it, but the majority of us are not that dumb.
Yeah. And pay for likes and pay for followers.
Yeah, I'd rather have one person watch me than have to pay and get 100, honestly.
Yeah. I like worked for someone that like paid because I was like a social media manager. I was like, this doesn't feel right, but
Yeah,
hey, it's not my business, so
exactly.
whatever.
But I guess every business has to have its ins and outs, and if your business doesn't, eventually goes out of business, and that's the deal with Kmart, who's closed another location. They're now down to 3 in all of America. 3 Kmarts. At this point, why even keep 3?
All right, I have a weird thing with Kmart because Kmart was always like the downgrade at Walmart, right? Like you went there when you couldn't go to Walmart, and it was like smaller, so you could like run in and out, get what you needed. The last time I went to Kmart as an adult, I was like, why am I here? It's full of awful people, and it's expensive for being such a shit store. I just didn't get the whole concept or premise. And then they have food, like someone's going to eat that. I don't know. Oh, puppies.
This is actually the Yosho debut of Hannah.
Oh my God, Jeff, I haven't met her.
Oh, you got to come over and be attended.
It's so
Like Cassie,
fluffy.
like Cassie said, come over, meet the dogs, and have a drink and hang out. She is.
Oh my God. I'm going to be up your way this weekend. What are you doing?
I believe we're here. She's a
I keep forgetting it's Easter weekend. Damn
she's
it.
a Pomapoo mix.
Pomapoo.
We got her from a farm in New York. She
She's a
loves to
brute.
kiss. Unlike Henry, she loves to kiss. But she loves to bite and make noises all night long. But
Making
this
out
is
with your
her.
dog.
I know, right? Right on the Yosho. It's her Yosho debut. So say hello to Hannah, ladies and gentlemen.
Cute. I wonder
Oh,
how
thank
she'd fare
you.
with my cat.
Okay, that's enough kissing. Joel said it's getting awkward. You want to talk?
Is that a bow?
Now
Does she
she's
have a
licking.
bow?
Yes.
Aw.
So my sister-in-law Brianna got the boner hair because Mommy tried it and she didn't like it. But you have to. Her hair's messy. She's actually going to her first grooming appointment in a few weeks. She's 5
my
pounds, and they said she doesn't get any bigger. Look at her. She's a little squirt. She's adorable.
Oh.
So it's your Yosho premiere. Henry came on once. He hates it.
Is she
You mean-
quiet? She sounds more quiet than Henry.
Oh, in the morning she barks like crazy. Right now
Oh.
she's good. She's by herself. She's licking some feet. She's chewing every piece of paper in the basement. But other than that, she's good.
Jeff's got peanut butter on his toes. Like,
Thank you, Ivy. Ivy, you're welcome over sometime as well. You're close. Come over and meet the dogs and have some drinks and etc. Me and Jewel got some brainstorming to do as well for some future ideas. As you know, talking basketball, Sixers versus Toronto Raptors. That playoff series is set. A little nervous. Raptors, tough team, but this is the year the Sixers can make a run if they can get James Harden straight. I'm very excited for the Sixers, Jewel. I'm ready for some playoff basketball. Philadelphia is great for things like that. They're not great for things like this. Philadelphia today became the first city
whoa.
to reapply the mask mandate laws in the entire United States. So congratulations.
It just went away.
Right. Oh, cases are spiking again. No, they're not. It's over. Like, even if it's not over and it's still out there, enough with the mask. Come on.
Oh, man. See, I don't know how many people are going to listen this time around. Just because you dropped it and then you brought it back. Maybe if you never dropped it, they
Thank
would
you.
comply. But
We would have been less happy, but
wait a
you would have
minute.
kind of been
I'm
like,
going to a concert in the city tomorrow.
yeah, bring
It's
your
outside.
mask.
It's outside.
Bring it. Either way, just bring it.
there.
I know, at least bring it.
No! It's going to be like 80 degrees and we'll like feel the breeze.
Oh,
The
that's
breeze
awesome.
blocks.
I'm
Do
psyched.
you know what a breeze block is?
No.
So, I think it's a cinder block,
Okay.
but that's like their hit songs.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
I'm so excited for tomorrow.
You asked me if I knew what it was, and you said, I think it's like. So that's. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the technical term for it is, but in the video, they're like murdering someone,
Oh, wow.
It's like a cinder block. So,
I like it. I got to
I like
find,
it.
excuse me, I got tickets in May to the City Winery to see Candlebox at Kevin Martin, Brian Quinn. I got to find out how to find those tickets.
Oh my god, are you gonna catch up?
What do you mean?
Don't you know Brian?
I know of him. We're not like type buddies, but I know him and
I thought you
I know his
interviewed
people.
him.
We did. We did way back. That's back when we did just audio. It was him. We had him on, and
Like, yeah, look at me. Come back on the show.
I know, right? I tried to get him one time. He says he's kind of busy right now. I tried to get him, and I tried to get Danny Beisel. You know, both they did a lot of projects together. I tried to get them both, and Danny was very non-responsive. I understand he get busy. Brian said now it's not a good time, so we're gonna definitely try. Just now he's with Candlebox. Like that's like beyond cool. It's like one of my favorite bands ever.
Yeah. You need a business card.
Right? So let's do this because I got a lot of stuff tonight. It's the Man Cave Score segment. The reason why I want to do this because I have a new thing for the Man Cave Score. Joel, you ready for this? This is brand new to Man Cave Score. Ready? It's got its own intro music.
Yes, give you this.
I'm sorry? What's that? Hey, Man Cave Scores has its own intro music, and I noticed like more viewers came on. So how about that? See, people are excited by that. We have an intro music from when Jewel gets introduced. Let's get up for Jewel Tatey.
Jersey Shore. Is this my club music?
So there is, which I never noticed, in this studio of magic, they have something called background music that I discovered by accident. I'm
Are you
like,
serious? Tonight
let's-
of all nights.
right, like let's do when we introduce segments like Man Cave Scores Top 5. Let's play a little music. So this is the song. This is known as Rock, and this is the theme song to Man Cave Scores.
Hey, at least it's StreamYard approved.
It is. It is. It's all StreamYard music.
I like mine. I feel like, I'm going
Yeah.
down the shore to a club.
That's you. So I was gonna anoint that like the top 5 theme song, but we're gonna make it the Jewel. Like
Oh,
When we have a
that's
moment-
your mind, you're just like, I guess I'll give you something.
when we have a moment that you speak, like Jules takes or something, we're gonna be like,
I need like a wind machine.
it's really good. I don't know if you still have the access to the main screen, but go on the main screen and check them out. There's some clunkers. There's 3 good ones. There's a lot of clunkers.
I want to hear the clunkers. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah. Are you ready for some clunkers? All right, this is acoustic cinematic. That sounds like makeout music.
Stupid.
Bring the dog back down. And then there's daydreaming.
Daydreaming?
This see, you can't do this introducing your guest. Like
I feel like I'm watching a unboxing video.
Feeding the Ducks is the name of this gem. This one's not bad. We can do this for the guest. Let's get it up
This is
for
Duck Song.
let's get it up
Feed
for
the
Jess
Duck.
Paul. Yeah, there you go. When Duck comes on as the intern, let's get it up for the intern Duck.
She would hate that.
Yeah, I'm very much aware. This is Into Space.
I really would like to
Durant.
know. Tina said she would give us the playlist. Okay.
And
she
then
went through and like did her research of like approved.
I know.
music. How amazing! That's
Are you on Facebook with her?
I don't believe so. Not really.
You should request her and then message her. She's open. Like she's definitely one that'll talk to the right people. Like she said, watch who. But if you ask her, I'm sure she would lay it on you. She's good
Cool,
like
man.
that.
I think we're homies.
Exactly. She's very cool. Like, again, just a great night with her. But anyway, Man Cave Scores is where, and you know why I wanted to do Man Cave Scores tonight, Jewel? Because I noticed more and more shows, and more people are doing Funko Pops, Funko Pop opening, mystery box. And it's cute and all, but when you've seen people do it on their show, and they got it as their goddamn backdrop, it kind of feels like you're stealing it. But it's not, because they've been around for a while, and that's fine. Whatever makes your thing. But Man Cave Scores is my little piece where I show off some latest buys.
Bible.
And the other thing I wanted to show real quick with this is Funko came out and got together with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And every person that bought one of these pops through Funko, they donated $1 to Make-A-Wish Foundation. And there's some great ones, some great characters. Of course, there's Spider-Man, which I think I showed last week. You see like the electric blue, and it's got the pop heart on it. Here come the dogs. They're going to fight and growl through Man Cave Scores.
Hear them.
Yeah, they go at it.
Panda watch.
There's Iron Man, which just came today. That's a Funko exclusive. It's a Make-A-Wish. And this is not even mine. I got it for a friend, and she's already waiting for it. It's the Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
Look how cute that is, Make-A-Wish Foundation. Hey, are we done
Jeff.
down there? I know, right? Jesus. Everybody says, the one worst thing about live internet is your pets. They're not wrong.
You can let them out. It seems like
No, it's like they're going to do this the whole time because they kind of climb on each other. And real quickly, the last Man Cave score, the New World Order, the original NWO, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the late great Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash in a Walmart 3-pack. Beauty! Love it. That's Man Cave scores for the evening. I got to tell you, there's a lot of people that watch. Hey, can Daddy get this out here or what? You got to see him. Like, he's like growling. She's got her whole face inside his mouth. Like, it's just, that's how they do it over there. I actually put it on the TV tonight. I've actually been watching us off to the side. We look tremendous on the big screen. Okay, you gotta just toss a little something at him. We're not. We have dogs barking too. And this is why you edit.
oh my. If you guys take a minute, I could, need a babysitter.
Yeah, give us 30 seconds of a jewel take, and I'm going to run them upstairs so I can do coming up. Jewel take, ladies.
I don't know anything about that. Okay.
Henry.
Who's Schwaber? I don't watch sports. Can you guys give me something to talk about? Yeah, I've heard.
I just knocked over like a couple $100 worth of Funko Pops. Because
I was just talking about sports. Yeah, I had nothing to talk about.
totally understood. He's a great drop-in, all sports talk. But the reason I wanted to get a moment of silence is because next week, dude, we got a super show. And a lot of people have been talking about it and saying, when's it going to happen? It's happening next week.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. 2 biggies tonight, Jess Paul. Next week, our most viewed guest. The last time she was on, me and Jewel went hog wild, just had a superstar blast. She's coming back. She's got a new calendar out. She's a new mom. She's going to talk a little bit about mom life. And I had to catch my breath real quick. April 19th is the return of Miss Brianna Dale to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, look at that. Some red hot Brianna Dale stuff. She is one sexy woman, but not only that, she is cool. She is funny. She's going to come out and talk to us about her latest modeling projects, her career, motherhood, the whole 9 yards. We are so excited for it. Next Tuesday, 8 p.m., April 19th, return of the amazing Brianna Dale. Jewel, last time, I mean, probably close to in all formats, like 10,000 listeners. Are you a little nervous?
I am excited because she definitely had the wildest stories we've ever heard.
Yeah.
About stick ups and hot coffee spills and I want to be
Gang
prepared for
fights in the
next week.
drive-through, and yeah.
I'm not sure how I'm gonna be prepared for it, but we're gonna make it happen, and it's gonna be great. And
Absolutely.
yeah, the views. That is the most viewed. I'm a little I try to look good that night, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
and we got to keep our eye on the comments section because last time a couple of fellas mentioned where they want to put certain things, and I had to block them. Yes. So keep it clean for Brianna Dale next week, shall
I feel
we?
like YouTube automatically blocks you, so try not to.
Yeah, don't be silly. She's really she's a very charming and funny individual. Jewel, if she happens to come on in a bikini, it's because she asked me this time. I said yes. I can't say no to that
She
again.
can come on in a bikini. We can't have that bare ass poster of her in the background like last time.
How? I even watched the replay and I'm like, how did I miss that the entire time?
I mean, it's shocking that it wasn't barred, but it was like her full ass on display the entire time. So
I
yeah,
wasn't offended by that. Real quickly before we go to who else is on the program, because we got a great list, I have to again give a shout out tonight. Thimble Island Brewing, one of their great IPA selections known as Sea Foam. That's what I'm drinking this evening.
that looks
And
so oceany and lovely.
it is. It's very good. It's IPA-ish. It's got a little bit of that bitterness, but it's brought to us by the people at Champ Beverage. Distribution of amazing craft beers throughout the Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. Visit Champ Beverage on Facebook, Hazy Daisy, and this right here, Sea Foam. Wow, I made it boo-boo. Now available at Chickies and Pizza in Warrington. Chickies and Pizza in South Philly is now carrying them. Coming to great places by you. Champ Beverage, the future is now because beer never sleeps. And it's one of the great names of local craft beer and craft beer from around the country, and they distribute it right to you. So instead of trying to hunt down brewery to brewery to get the stuff and going to beer stores, Champ Beverage will bring it to your favorite bars, and you can get it on tap. Jewel Tatey.
Very cool. Is it salty? Does it taste sea foamy?
It does taste sea-ish, maybe a hint of salt, but it's very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy a lot of stuff from Thimble Island. Of course, this being one of them. Hazy Daisy is my favorite. That, of course, is from Axeman Brewing. That is a New England style, kind of a hazy beer. I enjoy that a lot. A lot of great ones. So keep an eye out for Champ Beverage. Follow us on Facebook, and of course, I'm going to add and invite more people to that. Again, let's get back to the great list of who we got coming on because there's so many great people. And here is the banner. I updated the banner, not the picture, so the picture's going to have some people that have already been with us. But we'll run them down. Anyway, of course, in the corner, Jess Pohl, of course, was tonight. Tyner Fritz was last week. Next week, of course, Brianna Dale, the lovely model Brianna Dale will be on the program. May 3rd, she has been doing a ton of radio interviews. Her brand new music is out. She's beautiful from Delaware, the tremendous singer Jexa Ingham will be on our program. Joel, I know you're a Jexa fan. Very excited for that. She pretty much just goes by Jexa now, which is super cool. May 10th, finally, this young lady was scheduled to join us in the studio right when COVID went down. Had a little break. She's back now. She's the lead singer of the band Empress, and that is Barbara Blackthorn. She'll be with us May 10th. Very excited. I love that outfit. She looks terrific. May 17th, Joy could not be more excited for this guy. One of the fastest voices and one of the greatest singers, most talented individuals. Coming back to our program for a second visit, Mike Nappy on May 17th. Yeah! He's got some brand new music out, too. I'm going to play a little bit of that and talk about it. Delco's own Mike Nappy. And then May 24th, metal superstar Maggie Carlton will be on our program. So, Jewel, we are locked and loaded with some tremendous names coming up. We got more on the horizon. Talk to me about the upcoming spring. Talk to me.
I'm just so excited. We're gonna barrel right through and with all these amazing guests, and some we've had before, so we know what to expect. But I'm so excited for all the ones that are returning that didn't get a chance to come on before. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. Good April, good May.
Yeah, we've really been blessed
May?
with some great. Yeah, May is going to be leading in a lot of that. May?
It's her birthday
And-
month. You know she's excited.
Oh, okay. Oh, how about that? And then June, of course, we approached 200 with a lot of ideas. I don't know if any of them are going to pan out, but you got to take your financials where you can get them. A tremendous show tonight. A monstrous thank you to our super special guest, Jess Paul. Her stuff is still scrolling down the bottom. This is Jess Paul on Instagram, Facebook, www.jesspaul.net. Check out her tremendous painted bakery stuff. It's terrific. She makes them out of hats. She makes like plaques. It's just great stuff. Check out her movies, IMDb, where you can find her, what she's produced, what she's starred in. A lot of great stuff. She's terrific, so thank you to that. A massive thanks was at the Jewel Tatey tonight. Jewel, fantastic as always. You look lovely. I look forward so much to Tuesday nights and hanging out with you and hanging out with these great guests. We've been blessed, and we're approaching 200. I knew we'd get this far, but I'm still a little surprised to say we got this far.
I'm a little surprised. I'm a lot surprised.
We had a little break. I think we took like 2 months off at one point. We had some stuff going on in life, and there's been a night where Jewel couldn't make it. There's been a time where I've missed and canceled. It's few and far between because we love doing it. Like Jess Paul said, the consistency of people knowing you're coming and then when to come to you and vice versa is what it's all about. And a lot of you have been great to us, so we definitely appreciate it. So remember, next Tuesday, Canceled Life, because you'll be here at 8 o'clock. Brianna Dale's coming on. Tell your friends. Don't tell your friends' wives, because the wives take it a little differently to Brianna Dale than single women and most viewers do.
I'm going to work kind of late, but not so late, so I hope I have enough time to prepare. I'm going to need all day and a couple days to prepare. So.
Dude, I mean, my buddies might look at me weird, but you can't leave me alone with Brianna Dale. You can't.
No.
You can't.
No, I know.
I said that out loud, fellas.
I'll
I tell you what, I love watching. I see why you do this. I love watching on TV, like we're on the big screen here, like the big screen, and like you see like Jess Paul in there, and I watch us, and I think I'm uglier on the bigger screen. You look prettier. I look uglier. The Funko Pops look great on the big screen, but that's about it. But
as long as
that's
the
it.
dogs and the Funko Pops look good, that's what matters.
I agree, and the dogs are upstairs now, probably mauling each other to death, so we'll take it out of here. Let me set up my definitely need an easier way to do this. I love StreamYard, but they need an easier way to load this music. What Fire Cannot Burn, of course, is the song. The band is St. Ricketts at www.sricketts.com. You saw Tom Nuspickle from the band chime in earlier. They got new music coming out. It's just a matter of when we can get it to you. That's it for the show this evening. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. For Jewel Tatey, I'm Jeff the Shark Perini, and nothing weird tonight. I just love you fucking people. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Jewel, thank you again for tolerating me for over 2 hours tonight.
Thank you. Had a great time.
I love it. We'll see you next week, folks. God bless us. St. Ricketts, good night.
Night.
Volume's turned down. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Let's get the volume up here, shall we? Okay. St. Ricketts, good night.
point of it just to reach new heights of love. So important.